this week.
Alrighty. Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast. I do podcast. You remember, like, for
yes, for the Catholic stuff you should know.
No, well, I was thinking of that, but I was also thinking of in that one with Tim Burton. It was a movie. They're spoofing on Star Trek. Come on, maybe it was not Tim Burton. Doink. It was the spoof on Star Trek.
Yeah, that's Spaceballs.
Not Spaceballs. It's Star Wars.
Star Trek.
It's
Galaxy Quest.
Thank you. Yeah. With Monk and everyone.
Yeah.
Cause
Tony Shalhoub.
The guy Tim Allen. That was the name I was trying to remember. I said Burton instead for some reason. Tim Allen. Yes, very different. Tim Allen. I think he does the. I know the guy who does all the noises that the echo afterwards. It's the guy with the red shirt.
Yeah. I'm gonna die. I don't have a last name. I'm gonna die.
But he was the one who did the echo afterwards.
He got a last name.
Yes, he did. And he didn't die. Spoiler. Anyway, that was a very disjointed hello.
Welcome to everyone, our returning viewers who are quite used to us by now, so we don't apologize anymore.
Today is Monday, April 8th.
We don't have any newcomers, do we?
No, we do not. Not
this week. Yeah.
I checked on there, and we're still at 88. So
88. Yay for our 88 people, our viewers. We love you guys.
Check us out on Plurk, Ravelry, Blip, Blogger, and WordPress. If you are a new viewer and have not joined the Ravelry group, please join. Yeah. We would love to hear from you.
Oh, we have new projects in our Cal.
Yes, we do.
I think we have 20 now. Yay. And some really amazing projects. Just gorgeous stuff. Nice and bright and sunshiny. And if we keep looking around the windows, Davina's outside, my daughter with Asperger's, so we're keeping an eye on her as she runs around. And
right now she's on her swing.
She's on the swing that my husband made for her. So, but if you see us kind of moving around, or if I get up or something, it's because we're looking for her.
Although the backyard's pretty well around here.
It's fenced too.
Okay, so I'm just drinking Gold Peak iced tea. She's drinking her chai tea.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be one of the last times I drink it in the afternoon because it's starting to get warm. And when it gets warm, like in the wintertime, it gets cold in here. When it gets warm, it gets really hot in here. So I probably won't be having chai tea much longer in here unless it's iced. I have to figure out how to do that. They have chai tea smoothies. If I can figure out how to make one of those, that's what I'll have.
Obsession much? So projects. Excuse me.
If you hear any extraneous noise, it might be Davina singing.
She sings, she talks to herself, and you might be able to hear that.
But she's happy, so that makes us happy.
We have a dead stink bug over there.
Well, leave it alone. It's dead.
Oh, I'm sure you can bet I leave it alone. I don't even touch them when they're not dead. I don't do bugs. Hey, I was proud of myself. I got a paper cup and a paper plate and got one out of my room the other night.
Yay for progress!
I made little squeaky noises the entire time.
I didn't hear it.
It was very...
Or if I did, I ignored it.
It was terrifying.
I'm going to get her for Christmas. I saw it at Cracker Barrel. They had these little, the insect things. They had one specifically for roly-polies. And I'm going to get one for her and put a roly-poly in it and put it right in her room so she can have a little roly-poly pad.
I don't want one.
I'll put a stink bug in it.
I don't want one.
Anyway, on to the knitting and crocheting, which is what you really came here to listen to.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
In my knitting sheets lowest bag, I wish my firefly bag. But by the time I get far enough for this to fit in the firefly bag should be here. I ordered the Slip Stitch Studios special edition firefly sweater size bag. So this should fit in this by the time this...
but this is the lowest bag.
This is the lowest bag. I love the lowest bag. I just want my firefly bag.
Lois needs to make a firefly bag.
But, well, I don't need 2 firefly bags.
No, she's more firefly bags.
But this is the project I'm calling Legless. It's the Vivian pattern by Usada Teague. I've been working on this sweater for about a year now, on and off. I'm using US 9 Knit Picks interchangeable circulars, and Stonehenge fiber mill shepherd's wool in the blue spruce colorway.
You didn't say blue spruce?
I almost did.
I know you did.
Actually, this time I pulled a Lindsay. I was trying not to, but I got distracted.
Well, Lindsay needed love.
Well, I was planning on finishing the row, and then I found on YouTube those comic book origins videos, and I got distracted.
Talk about this.
They had 10-minute clips on comic book origins, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is apparently a lot like Daredevil.
And this is their color. They're green.
She's trying to keep me focused. It's very hard once I start geeking. I've done a row or two on this. You can see the cables.
We need to stay focused because we have to do cupcakes for our kids for tomorrow, and we have to plan CCD. So
you can see the cables developing.
This is gorgeous.
I love how it's working out.
And this is fairly soft. I don't know how soft wool normally is. This feels fairly soft.
Am I looking at the back end? Yes, I'm looking at the back end. That's why it looks weird in the screen. Hold on. Because I'm working on the back side.
Are you working the round?
Yeah. Well, not on the round. This is a cardigan, so it's not. You can kind of see it.
It's kind of dark to see it.
Only I can see.
I can't see it. Of course, I got a different light on this end.
You can kind of see the cables working out. You'll get to see it as well
now you can see it.
As I'd like you to, just because I am in the middle. Let me pull this away.
It's all Lindsay's fault. If she didn't pull Lindsay's, there won't be Lindsay's to pull. There we go.
So you can kind of see.
You can see the different stitches.
And you've seen the cabling before. So I really like this sweater. I like how it's working out. There was a period of time where it felt like I was making no progress, and now it feels like, okay, the rows go by a lot faster. Maybe because I'm somewhat used to the pattern.
That could be.
Also, I think that it's just the fact that I've improved in a year, you know.
Not that.
Because this was one of the first projects that I started. This is the third knitted sweater I cast on ever. So
knitted or sweater at all?
Knitted.
Okay.
Because
the 2 crochet and the 3 knitted.
I did 3 crochet.
Oh, that's right. Your blue one.
I did 3 crochet, and then I did 2 knitted, and this is the 3rd knitted one. Okay. 5th sweater ever.
Just trying
3rd
to keep it
knitted
straight.
sweater.
Yeah. Just trying to keep it straight.
It's
really pretty.
I have more than that now, though. Let's see, because I have the 3 crochets I made, that knitted one, the 2, and then the other one. So I've completed 7.
You completed 7?
Total sweaters.
You completed Grandma Grandpa's, mine and Davina's, and yours. 2, 3. That's right, 7.
Because I'm also including the little short sleeve one.
That one that you had to.
That is just sitting there because it didn't turn out very well.
Yeah.
So I've completed about 7 sweaters, and I have 4 on the needles right now. Not bad for a, knitting crocheting only about a year and a half.
Yeah, you do a lot better than I do.
So
I take my time.
I am taking my time.
I really take my time.
I've had yarn for sweaters that still hasn't been really touched.
It'll get there.
So
might not be a sweater, but it'll get
there. That's the sweater. Your turn.
I worked on Nicole a little bit. I'm not going to go through the needles and everything again
because she doesn't care.
Because most of you have already seen it, and it's basically, it's garter stitch, and I thought I pulled the Lindsay as well, but I didn't. You can see where I was last time I showed it to you. I did move the marker. You can see that's where I was. So I made a little bit of progress.
See, I don't do that. I'm just like, I did a couple rows.
Well, I did more than a couple rows. And I kind of like to, it helps me to see where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
But this is all garter stitch, and I like it because if I don't really feel like concentrating at all, or if my husband likes to talk to me while we're watching television, or if the movie that we're watching or whatever is something that requires my attention, I usually pull this out because I don't have to pay attention. with it. And I have it in my knitting's my bag, Lois's sea turtle sweater bag, which I
Your
absolutely
needle
love.
just popped off there.
Which I absolutely love. It's about the only thing right now that continues to hold. I'm just throwing things all over the place.
Good job.
That continues to hold this, and it won't hold this for much longer, I don't think. But that's what I've been working on. One of the things I've been working on, and I worked on this mostly at the beginning of the week.
Okay. Next. This is, for me, knit all things sweaters. I've only worked on sweaters this week. I have 4 on the needles, and that's all I wanted to work on. Okay. I have my pony, my Patty the Pillow Pony, but I didn't work on it. I have my kitty, but we don't have the update yet for the ears, so I didn't work on that either. So it's been all sweaters. I just don't feel like doing short rows, so I'm just not working on my pony because I don't feel like completing the short rows.
I haven't touched my turtle for the same reason. I don't want to do short rows.
It's complete avoidance. I love the pony. I know once I finish the short rows, it'll just go by like that.
Blah, 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 blah.
I used to get told that I had a language called Thai-ese at school. My coworker turns to me, she's like, "You know you're odd, don't you?" And I'm like, yes I do. My poor orientee at work.
She doesn't know the half of it.
Although she says she likes my teaching style because I kind of let her go and just keep an eye on her. Okay. So, I think like everyone felt like feeling this because I was like, "It's baby alpaca, feel," and they're like, oh, "It's baby alpaca."
So soft. My sweater's gonna have more oil on it.
Oh well, we can wash. Oh, I always wash it when I block it.
Because every time she pulls it out, people want to touch it. I want to touch it. It's so pretty.
So, this is the twin set sweater and cardigan by Claire Montgomery. I'm calling it Heavenly Sapphire. Working for Mom from the book Knitting Vintage. And it's Nitpicks, Annie, and Treasure in the Sapphire Heather colorway. And of course,
middle of the row there too.
I'm in the middle of a row. And what happened was I was waiting for. No, I'm like right, literally in the middle of the row.
Yeah, it's okay. They can see it that way because it's just stockinette, isn't it, right now?
Yeah, it is. And I do have a doohickey there.
That's pretty true.
That is pretty true. I have a doohickey there, but it's not to mark where I was last. That's to mark so I know from this point I have to measure 7 inches. I think I have 1 more inch to go. And I think that might mean I bind off for the back, and then I might start on the sides. So
that
progress.
Color is just gorgeous.
It is. And this is, I think, for the actual sweater, not for the cardigan part.
Right. And it is. I said it was pretty close. It is pretty close. There's a little more purple on the screen than it is here, but it's pretty close to the color. It's like this really royal sapphire-y kind of blue.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
We have good lighting today.
Yes, we do. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. Actually, it's 4 o'clock.
But I think it's because we have summer coming on. You know, not summer, spring coming on.
It's 72 degrees out here. Yay!
So I get a lot of comments on this when I pull it out because now it's growing and looks like something. So people are like, "Oh yeah, what are you making?" They don't necessarily assume it's like a scarf or something.
Yeah.
And I went to get my TB test done after work. I worked last night, and I pulled this out while waiting. I ended up being there like another half hour because the person who was doing my TB test quilts, and we had to talk about crafting.
Yeah, she called me from work. Said, "Mom, I'm running late. I had to get a TB test, and I ran into so-and-so, and we're talking about stuff." I said, "You have to get home and go to bed."
But you can't rush your fellow crafter. And she totally got stash because she's like, "Oh, yeah, you got to have stash. I mean, it's got to be there." Totally got it. Yeah. She loved the name of Never Enough Yarn. She asked if I'd been there. That's our yarn shop.
Our local yarn
store. She's like, because I totally get it. It's never enough fabric for me. She wanted to learn to knit and crochet, but she could never quite get to it.
We'll get teacher to come over to the house. We'll teach her.
And this is my Plover Bird Colorful Frogs bag.
They're very colorful frogs.
Yes, they are.
Are in fact strange and unusual.
Yes. So there they are.
Okay. Let's see. Crocodile Tears. My mystery project, my mystery shawl. I'm calling it Crocodile Tears. It's a Cleopatra's mystery shawl. And I am already behind because I have to learn how to do the crocodile stitch, and I just don't have the brain power right now or the willpower to sit down and look at a tutorial for 35 minutes. I was doing that before we started podcasting, and I'm like, I got to get going. I did do part of it. I just did, like, I think this is the first row. So you can see it's really, really long. I think I had to start with like 200 stitches or something. I lost my hook.
And it looks, it's like the same color I used for Grandma's alpaca sweater.
This is Knit Pig's Bravo worsted, and you can see this is a shawl. And look at this. I can't even go. I mean, I can't even go end to end. I can't hold it end to end. So it's got a huge wingspan. I guess it's going to be getting narrower. I guess. Otherwise,
yeah,
it's absolutely huge.
It's gonna probably come to a point.
Yeah, I think we're working from the top down. I'm using an eye hook for this, and I can't tell you too much about it because it is a mystery shawl. If you're doing this, you might not want to listen to whatever I do say.
Although if you're doing this, you're probably ahead of
You're
her
probably
anyway.
far ahead of me because we got clue 2 today. I'm not anywhere near clue 2 yet. But I like it. I think it's going to be pretty. I found out that I am doing it right from what I can tell. I just have to figure out how to do it. I took out what few crocodile stitches I did because I wasn't sure I was doing it right. I needed to see it visually. So I am going to look at the tutorials when I get the chance. And the pattern is by Kendall. No, I'm sorry. I hope I don't kill this. Kendall Nahorniak. And I'm using a 5.5 eye hook and Knit Pig's Bravo worsted in the Hunter colorway. So I hope, hopefully I'll have a little more done on it next week, but I'm not stressing about it. It's living in my Ploverbird coffee and teapot bag, which I love. Yay for Ploverbirds, make some wonderful bags. Just, you know, we have some wonderful bag makers, so I'm happy with that. Okay.
Okay, so that brings me to my next project, Study in Scarlet, which is the Ho Aloha Mystery Cow by Mel Ski. I'm using my US 6, DPNs right now.
Sharp and pointy sticks.
Except these are sharp pointy metal sticks.
Sharp double pointed metal sticks.
Yes. I'm using. You also notice that there's a trend. I'm using a lot of Stonehenge fiber mill right now. I'm using Stonehenge fiber mill, shepherd's wool in the garnet colorway. And last time I showed you, I had not cast on for the sleeves yet.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Oh yeah, you did. Okay, cool.
So I have cast on for the first sleeve.
Is that the back or the front we're looking at?
We're looking at the back. They're looking at the front.
Okay.
So
you did the right sleeve.
I'm doing the right sleeve.
Yeah.
And
you're gonna make it long?
Yes. Okay. I thought about doing the one with the thumb hole, and I decided against it just because I don't see where I would use one with thumb hole as much.
This is going to be so pretty.
Oh, I really think so. I'm very happy with the color.
I think Mel makes fantastic patterns. She has fantastic ideas.
So I'm way behind everyone else who's done this sweater, so I know I'm not giving it away.
I don't know where Knit Nerd is yet.
Has she done a new podcast?
She started, but I didn't see her new podcast. I don't think she has a new one up. So
I think she's going every other week. So
yeah, so that's right. She is doing every other week. So she won't be by the time she gets her podcast up next week. She might be caught. Well, I don't know if she'll be caught up with you. I'm not sure she's that fast in there. She just started, but she'll be close.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how focused she is on that particular project.
Right.
It can be pretty addictive.
Yeah.
I just had to finish Baby Blanket, which is why I got behind.
She's got that other project that she likes, though, too. That one with all the lefties. She likes that, the shawl.
So we'll see which one she works on.
Yeah. She gets distracted.
Don't we all?
Yes.
Okay, so
I love watching her because she's funny.
That's all for this one.
Okay, I've got my next pattern in my Bright Craft bag. Yay, I remembered the name.
Yay.
I love her bags too. It's a very nice bag. It's got really great pockets in it. And she has some really cute fabric. This what I have in here, what's living in here right now, was a surprise gift and it came at a really good time for me. I was having a not so great day, and I came home and I had this gifted pattern from Anastasia from Anastasia Knits Designs, and it is called the Flower Pot Afghan, and I'm calling it the English Garden because the yarn I'm using is Yarn Bee Danielle yarn in the Dawn colorway. But to me, and I have to ask Denise if she thinks this reminds her of an English garden, but it reminds me of an English garden, especially in the skein. Let me pull it out. It just reminds me of an English garden. What do you think, Denise?
I just know you think those are colors I find very meh.
Well, they're muted.
They're very muted.
But I did this, and I was so excited about this. It made me happy. And I'm going to take my time on this. I'm not going to have any particular deadline for this. I want to take my time and enjoy it. I want to make sure that I'm getting the count right. I had to fudge a little bit, and I want to go back
and
unfudge it if I can. Make sure I'm reading the pattern correctly. Anastasia is extremely patient with me. She knows I really have problems with patterns sometimes. She's so patient with me. I don't know where she gets the patience, so she does.
I would just poke you with needles.
Yes, I know. That's why I don't ask you. Actually, I do anyway, but
she didn't learn very well.
But it's because brain damaged. But
I haven't seen Davina in a while.
She's over there.
Okay, good.
She's doing her Richard Simmons to music. But so it's got a really nice pattern. I don't know if you can see the flower pot design or not. I can just barely start seeing it. And it starts out with this kind of green and purple. Sorry, Ty, here. And here you've got the pinks and the greens. Here you've got more of a gold with the greens. See that the green has a really long, there's green with kind of a yellow green. The green seems to be the predominant color, at least at this point. So we'll see what happens. But I'm enjoying it. I just have to make sure. I was telling Talia that I started a lot of projects because I wanted to start a lot of projects.
She was having tests on it.
Yeah, and now I find myself really stressed out about what to finish. I need to finish something. I'm not finishing anything because I don't feel like finishing anything. And well, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do it on my time schedule. That includes the mystery cow. If I finish it on time, I finish it on time. And if I don't, I don't. And that's it. So there. And yes, I'm 3. So I'm going to enjoy myself. I want to do what I want to do with this. In terms of timing. And if I don't make deadlines, then I don't make deadlines. That's one of the reasons, like, my turtle didn't get worked on, because I still love my turtle. I am going to definitely finish it. I mean, he's got one partial little fin
Dad's like,
there.
what's that reptile on the table?
I said, do you want me to move? He said, no, I just want to know what I was doing there. But my little turtle is sitting there because I don't want to do short rows right now. And so he's just sitting there, waiting for me to get in the mood to do short rows.
He's very huggable, though.
Yes, he is. I love him to pieces. I am going to have to finish him. And now I may pick him up, now that I give myself permission not to have to finish the crochet cow on time, and to do whatever it is I want to do instead of, oh my gosh, I have to finish this. I'm getting tense. I can't do this. I can't focus. Nope, not going to do that and do what I want. I'm a bad person, but that's...
Yes, you are, but at least acknowledgement is the first step to improvement.
Hi, I am Lady Fernico, and I am a bad person.
Oh, Emily and I were, when we last Skyped, we were talking about her bead obsession, and I talked to my friend Emily about
the stitch markers.
The stitch markers, and she thought that was an amazing idea. We'll see if she comes out with some soon. I'll keep you guys updated. But I was talking to her about stitch markers and showing her examples of stitch markers, what knitters like, and what we use them for.
And crocheters.
But I only had knitting needles with me at that point.
And crocheters.
Anywho, we were talking about the addictiveness of buying craft stuff, and we were talking about, and it's so hard to stop buying stuff.
I was good. I didn't buy the yarn I wanted to buy. Craftsy had an amazing sale. I told her about it. She bought something. I did not.
And then they had more Cascade 220
Oh,
in
they
the
did?
colorway I had. The one skein. Remember, Cass
Yeah.
sent me that one skein in the Puget Sound?
Yeah.
I picked up a set sweater's worth of it.
Oh, I love that Puget Sound. That's good.
So now I have the one that was on sale, and
They went on sale, the Puget Sound?
no, the other one that was on sale that I picked up for they had 10 skeins for what was it?
$45.
$45.
Yeah.
Well, I picked up they had the Puget Sound on sale, not quite as great of a deal, but they had like each skein on sale. So I was like, well, I have one skein of worsted Puget Sound. What am I going to do with one skein? So I picked up a sweater's worth. So now I have 2 sweaters worth of yarn coming in Cascade 220. And
I was good. I didn't buy it there. I did get a class, a $9.99 class. What class did I get?
you got the baby blanket.
It's a baby sweater because I keep saying I want to make sweaters. It's a baby sweater class, $9.99. I had it on my wish list. I picked it up. It was regularly like $19.99 or $20 or something like that.
I picked up and I was so excited about it because not this sweater right here, not this one, but another sweater I'm going to show you has buttonholes that I'm going to need to add, and I don't believe they tell you how to. This was a class on adding button bands and buttonholes.
I put that on my wish list, but I don't need it yet.
So I'm very excited about
It's only knitting though, right?
It's only knitting, yeah. So I haven't listened to the class yet, but when I get to that point, I will. It's there. I own it now.
I have mine on the list. I have a couple on the list, and they usually, sometimes when I put things on the list like that, I take them off, they'll get back to me and they'll say, oh, we noticed you had this on, now it's on sale, so I'll pick it up then.
But yes, I have sweaters worth of yarn coming in, and I have for the sock bunny pattern. I have yarn coming in.
I can't decide if I want to get yarn for that or not. I need to figure out. I
needed to get a little bit more because of the fact that I wanted to do sock weight.
Did you go back to Kimberly R?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I went back to Kimberly R and ordered the same weight and the same colorway.
And you're going to have to alternate skeins.
Well, the thing is, because it's a gradient, I won't have to.
Well, maybe.
No, because it's just going to look like it's changed. So it'll be fine. And I picked up 2 because I wasn't sure how much more I'd need with the fingering weight versus the lace weight.
Yeah, because Kimberly's has it in lace weight. I don't like using lace weight necessarily.
And by Kimberly, we don't mean the dyer. We mean the...
Oh, right. I'm sorry. We mean sock bunny.
Yeah.
She did it in lace weight, and I
don't do lace weight.
I don't really care for lace weight. I've not used it. I still have the skein that I won from Daniela, and it's a little bit heavier than lace weight. I'm thinking that I might go with something like a No Maker's fingering sock because that's lighter weight. It's almost a lace in some skeins that I picked up. It's very thin. Or I might not. I don't know. I have some really, really pretty Knit Picks Deep Waters, and I like that color. It's a really beautiful shades of blue, deep blue, and I think that would be gorgeous in Kimberly's shawl. Depending, I just want to make sure that it doesn't, the darkness of the color doesn't obliterate the pattern. And
I might do the beading too if I do like black beads or white beads.
I don't think black would be good with rainbow.
So probably white, sparkly.
Yeah, clear maybe.
Clear sparkly, yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm going to do the beading or not. And I don't yet know what yarn I'm going to use. I don't want it to be striping yarn. I want it to be either a tonal, a solid, or a gradient. And so,
because we decided, a bunch of us had the pattern. We're going to be knitting with some friends. We snagged Sun Country,
the Three Stitches.
The Three Stitches who are doing the Autism Awareness with us, and Jackie Knits.
So we're going to be doing an informal kind of knit along. We're going to have to get together and maybe get a knit night going if we can manage it. I think everybody's in the States.
I think so. All different.
Texas is only an hour away, so they're not a problem, and they'll all be in Texas.
Yeah.
Jackie's here on the East Coast,
and Some Country's in Texas.
So there's a 1 hour time difference. It's not a problem.
Sweet. Okay.
So we just have to figure out a way to meet the schedule. And we haven't. Yes, Michelle, you just now heard it here. This is what we're doing. So I don't know why she puts up with us. Anyway.
But we got very distracted because I don't know about you, but I still have a project to talk about.
I have other things to talk about.
Okay, so let me
But my other works in progress. Go ahead and get yours.
Go ahead.
I was going to say my other works in progress, like my Sedna and my turtle, have not been touched this week, so you will not be seeing that.
I haven't touched my robin gauntlets in I don't know how long. I don't feel like doing color work, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I feel like working on sweaters, and that's it right now.
We are going into the I will do what I want to do knitting. The year of I will do what I want to do knitting and crocheting.
I have 2 toys, but I already explained why I'm not working on them.
Yeah.
I do.
Ooh, we should tell them about the new one coming out for
Patrick Moose.
Patrick Moose. I got Earburn to test one of hers, and I'm sorry, this is another divergent because nobody can get it yet. But go to I think it's the free testers group. Patchwork Moose has she finished her turtle, and now she's put out for testing.
The turtle should be out pretty soon.
Yeah, it should be out pretty soon. The most adorable donkey you have ever seen. It's just too cute for words. It's just so adorable. I missed the testing date. Not that I can do it right now. I missed the testing. I got home from church and it was already filled up. So that's okay. I'll get it when it comes out. But it is so cute. You have to go check it out. She's got the cutest patterns.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to pick up more eyes. I know it because I'm running low on eyes. The size I generally need for patterns are 20s, and I'm running low on 20s. Yeah. 20s or 24s.
Yeah, she's good. So, shameless plug for her. She's really good. She's very talented.
Are you writing down the people that wear?
I don't have a pen. You really want me to write this stuff down?
You're capable.
Yeah, but are you capable of reading it?
So, my final project that I worked on. What I did, my needle. Okay, there it is. Sorry, noisy DPN. And my slip stitch studio various sheep's bag. I got past the swatching point. No, I did not block my swatch, but I know how this yarn works because I've been working 2 other projects with it. This is I'm calling it Blue Pine. It's the White Pine pattern by Amy Christophers. Working for myself. I think I'm using US 7s. I can't remember. Stonehenge Fiber Mills Shepherd's Wool. And this colorway is some sort of blue colorway. I never wrote that down either. I kept meaning to, but I forgot to. But, okay, there's the name. I believe it's a twisted rib, which is, the pattern doesn't name it, but it's worked in the back loops, so I think that's a twisted rib. Do I know which side is the right side? Not really. That's okay. They didn't tell me to mark the right side. So that's so far. It's looking pretty good so far. It'll be a cardigan. This is the one that I was so excited that the button band class was there for. And I think I've done this lady's pattern before. I think she is the one who wrote my fire cardigan pattern. And I thoroughly enjoy working the fire cardigan. The only reason why the fire cardigan can look a little wonky is it was my error because I changed the pattern to add a zipper, and then I didn't pay attention to what kind of zipper I added. So that wasn't the designer's fault. That was knitter's error. So
Kimberly R.
This has been turning out quite well, and I've been enjoying working on it. It's one of my fairly mindless knittings.
And I don't know if I got everybody, but if I didn't, it's your own fault.
It's their fault, huh?
Your own fault. You, as in you, singular. Put that away before I hurt you.
This is not a wooden stake. Well, I forget what we were watching. It was saying like, a wooden stake through anyone's heart would kill them. What was that? Was that vampire movie with? Was that the one where the young vampire was turning 18,000 or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Was it that
the
one?
cartoon? Blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Was that the one where, like, of course a stake through the heart would kill a vampire. That would kill anybody.
Except they're already dead.
Yes.
No, I don't know. I don't remember. It might have been.
Because I remember that from one movie or other. They were saying that.
Yeah. That's just, yeah. That was the thing we got out of that movie. What movie was it called? It was called.
I can't remember.
Transylvania.
Hotel Transylvania.
With blah 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 blah. I do not talk like that. Blah 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 blah.
I am Dracula. Blah 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 blah. Not that I've ever known anyone who quotes Dracula by saying blah, 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 but that's okay. Apparently people quote Dracula by saying blah, 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 blah.
No, blah, 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 blah. Get the intonation right.
Was that Adam Sandler? I can't
Yes,
remember.
It was like, it was Adam Sandler, but he sounded just like the guy from Despicable Me.
I enjoyed Despicable Me.
Oh, that was great.
That was cute.
I have to make one of those mini.
Yes, and they have patterns.
They have patterns
for the, and they aren't mini me's. They're minions.
Minions. I love the minions. They're so cute. The one with the eye that keeps hitting the other one. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. Moving on. I do have a finished object. Are you done with your thing?
Yes, I are.
I have a finished object because I didn't want to do anything that required lots of time and attention. So I pulled out a pattern that was given to me by Lauren, who is Lemonade Crochet.
Did you write
I did not, because I did not think it. You read. I'm doing this right now.
No, sorry. I have knitting in my hand.
I have something else in my hand more important.
So it's more important than my sweater.
Look at this face. Isn't he more important than anything else? Look at that face. This was given to me by Lauren,
totally getting a space just because
who is Lemonade Crochet. I believe she gave it to me for my birthday this year. And I wanted something that I could work up pretty quickly.
I wrote it down because she wouldn't.
Thank you.
You see, Lauren, that's why you're going to get ear burned, because I wrote it down and she wouldn't.
I made him for Lauren. Look at that. He's just adorable. Lauren already saw it. I made him for the Autism Awareness cowl, which is why he has all these little bright colors. I did not give him a tooth. He lost a tooth and left it under his pillow for the tooth fairy, provided that Jack Frost did not steal it.
Well, we know that the tooth fairy that made the tooth fairy for her daughter. Is it Scarves, etc.?
Yes. I think no. It was Wasu.
Wasu many numbers after her
name. Yes.
947 is it?
I don't know what her number is.
Wasu numbers after her name. Made her daughter a adorable tooth fairy, and
don't forget Scarves, etc.
Oh, because I mentioned it.
Yeah. Anyway. He doesn't have a tooth because the tooth fairy took it, but he has a little tuft of hair. And there's an interesting story about why I call him Ollie. I finished making him, and I looked at him, and my family. You have to understand, my family has very eclectic taste, but we also tend to like old things in terms of entertainment, old movies and old comedies and things like that. We love Laurel and Hardy. We love Laurel and Hardy. This little guy with a little tuft on top of his head reminds me of Stan Laurel, which of course is the reason I call him Ollie.
There is no logic.
There is no logic. It's just that he looks like Laurel, but his name is Ollie. So Lauren, I really love this. He's adorable. I will probably try to make another one. I think I'm going to make another one maybe out of bulky. The only thing that bothered me a little bit was when I was making, when this body piece got more narrow and part of the arms, my wrist started bothering me a little bit. So I just have to remember to keep, take it slow. My wrist starts hurting, put it down, because I'm not going to stop making it. I love him. He's adorable. The pennies did fit in there. There are pennies on his little bottom, and Lauren, I put 7, not 6, because 7's my favorite number. And then there are 2 down here, and they are heads up as requested. So they were requested to be heads up. It's her pattern, so that's what I did. So, okay.
Because of course, if it's heads up, it makes all the difference in whether or not it's weighted enough.
Well, he will be sitting on the bottom and not on his head then. So, anyway, I love him. He's cute. Thank you very much, Lauren. I actually finished him in 2 days, and I only worked on about an hour and a half on each day, so he's real fast. And I even got the mouth right. So, yay for me.
He has a little baby mouth.
He has a little baby mouth.
I have no FOs because all I felt like working on was sweaters. So
yeah. I had to finish something. I was going to go insane if I didn't finish something.
I felt like I got a lot of progress done on the sweaters, but I only worked on sweaters.
I wish I had watched Mel Knits. Single Hand Knits? Mel from Single Hand Knits. I wish I'd watched her podcast earlier in the week. It wasn't up yet.
Now your hands are free, so you can write down the...
I think I already have her down, actually. I do.
Okay.
She had a wonderful podcast this last time about not being jealous of what other people have accomplished. Like her, she had a couple of finished objects last week. or worse yet, of yourself for having a bunch of finished objects. And it made a lot of sense.
Well, you see, I don't really care what she finishes.
Mel puts things into perspective, and she makes me laugh, and I really appreciate it. She's really helpful. I get a lot out of her podcast because she's very gentle in her delivery, and she's very positive and encouraging. And yeah, you should check out her podcast if you get the chance. She's doing something really interesting. I don't know how many of you are aware of it. She's doing something called the Knitters Community College online. So they're just starting up, and I was looking at it. I'm like, I'm so excited because it's starting out with garter stitch and basics. So guess who's on board with that? That's going to take the place of one of my projects because I'm not going to stress, and I'm hoping to learn a whole lot because she seems to be very encouraging. I was watching Taya do the sweater, which I want to do eventually, and it just seems like she's very laid back, very encouraging. I listened to her about her homeschooling, and she seems to be a very laid back kind of a teacher, very understanding. So yeah, you might want to check that out if you're a new knitter, or even if you're not a new knitter and you need a refresher. And check out her podcast at any rate. You will be happy that you did. You won't regret it. So,
okay.
I'm sorry. That must have sounded really annoying.
No, this is annoying.
Yes, you are annoying.
I am. Okay, so, stash enhancement.
Yeah, we're going to pass by hooks and needles because you already know what we're doing.
I'm going to let you show all your yarns. I have the same thing for that.
Yeah, we were extremely happy. We were getting very concerned about Hobby Lobby because with all the political things that have been going on with Hobby Lobby and their stance on the Obamacare and the insurance and all that kind of stuff, they've been having legal bills and things, and they were not restashing their yarn, their I Love This yarn, which we really like. And I went over to the Hobby Lobby group, one of the Hobby Lobby groups, where they were discussing it. They said, oh no, they're going to be changing out manufacturers for that yarn. I'm like, okay. And it took forever. They said, oh, it'll be out in April. And it seemed like, April kind of came and crept. I know it's only the 9th of April, but it seemed like they didn't, what's the word I'm looking for?
Didn't deliver?
No. They did get delivered, but they didn't restock. They didn't restock their yarn. And I was getting really concerned. Well, one day Taya wakes up and she says, oh, Mom, they restocked the Hobby Lobby yarn.
Yeah, I just had to look for another yarn that I needed. I forget what I was looking for. Oh, I needed to find information on a yarn, the yardage.
Right.
And
well, they got the neons that we've been waiting on forever. We don't use a lot of neon, but we like to have it in our stash, especially for toys or things like that. Davina, I'm going to show you all the colors that we got of neons. I think we got one. Ty and I got one of each. Davina got 2 of each.
Because Davina's making a blanket.
She's making a blanket. We just wanted to have it on
and
toy.
She's been begging us, oh, I hope Hobby Lobby has a neon
yarn.
She loves Hobby. She loves I Love This yarn.
Yeah, she does. And she loves the neons because she's all about the bright.
And they have her sparkles.
Yes, yes. So, excuse me.
We might need to restash her sparkles as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But anyway, it came in. So we bought, like I said, 1 of each of the neons for me, 1 of each of the neons for Taya, and 2 of each for Davina. And I'm just going to show you the colors that we got. This is my stash. It's all the same.
It's all the same, yeah.
So we've got this blue.
I call this Nightwing blue.
Yes.
It is.
And it's almost a baby blue, but it is a neon. We have a fuchsia.
That's what I use for the Purple People Eater. Mm-hmm.
We have a pink that I use for Davina's Melvin the Monster with the yellow. Okay. Here's the yellow that I use for her Melvin the Monster. Because it's all about the neons for Davina. Green.
I don't think we used that for anything.
I haven't used yet. Oh, I'm using this. No, I'm not. I'm using a similar one. I was going to say I was using it for the turtle, but
this
I'm not.
Is still a little brighter.
That's still a little brighter.
I used this for the Purple People Eater. And I used it for Donatello.
Yes,
mask.
Oops. And orange.
And I used that for Mikey's mask.
So those we got 7 colors, the neons, that Hobby Lobby finally got back into stock. Really excited about that.
Now my stash enhancement, actually it's kind of convenient that I discussed the turtles that I made because I got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bag.
Heroes on the Half Shell. Turtle Power.
So I've been watching this bag since, I want to say around Christmas time.
Oh, before that, because I saw it and I put it on my list for myself, but also for her, and then it disappeared.
Yeah. Well, when my Lenten fast ended, and I was trying hard not to buy the full Firefly kits for Slip Stitch Studios. They had, like, you get a small bag and a large bag and a DPN holder and this, that, and the other thing. I was trying to be good and not buy that. Well, I bought the one bag, the large bag, and I went away from the site. This popped up on my Amazon, not my Amazon, on my Etsy as finally being back in stock. I was like, okay, I'm going to reward myself.
So she bought
a turtle bag.
Very pretty.
But Leo's head keeps ending up on the bottom. So every time I put the bag down, it's on Leo's head.
Raph says that's where all his brains are, on his bottom.
Well, Raph only has one head here.
Yeah.
Whereas you have Mikey. My favorites are on there twice. You have Mikey twice.
And Donnie.
Oh, and Donnie.
Who's yellow?
No one's yellow. That's Mikey.
What's yellow?
It's just a very light orange.
Yeah.
Donnie's twice and Mikey's twice.
There's Raph got a full view of Raph.
You got a full view of Raph. Donnie gets a pretty full view. He's upside down here.
Mikey gets a full.
Mikey gets a pretty full view. You actually almost get 3 of Donnie.
Yeah, because he doesn't get a full one. I mean, I'm sorry, not Donnie. There's another one of Raph up here.
Yeah. But Raph only has one full.
Yeah.
Poor Leo. I mean, he's there.
No respect.
He's there fully. It's on his head. So, I'm happy with this bag.
It's very well made.
It is. I'll probably stick yarn in here in preparation for a project.
Or toys in there too, or whatever. If I had that bag, I'd probably put blanket in it because it can grow out of it.
Yeah, and they call this a purse. I couldn't use this as a purse. It's too open.
Yeah, it's too open.
But it's perfect for holding yarn in preparation.
And it's very, like I said, this is corduroy here.
Yeah, it's very well made.
And this is I'm not sure what this. It feels like it might have interfacing on the top of it, but I'm not sure.
But I've been watching this bag forever because it's not just the turtles; it's the turtles from the new Cartoon Network TV show, and I love those turtles. I mean, Donnie has his little. You don't see it because his mouth's closed, but he's
gap in his teeth.
He's in the newer TV show, in the new Cartoon Network program. He's taller and lankier than the other turtles, and you can tell that here.
Right.
And
if they opened his mouth, you'd see a gap in between his teeth.
Yeah, he's such a nerd.
Yes, he is.
I love Donnie and Mikey.
And they don't do Mikey any justice. They don't do his smile.
No, he looks a little fiercer here.
Yeah.
Mikey's just a cutie pie in the show. Yeah. Got that little.
Let me see Raph. Raph is my favorite.
There he is.
Let me see here. Raph and Mikey.
Where's my other needle?
I do not know.
Oh, there it is. And I like Leo too.
Oh, I like them all.
I like them all.
Leo's the other one I did. I made Raph when we did the turtles. I did Raph and Leo,
and I did Mikey and Donnie.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else? Yes, that's all for that. That leads us on to autism awareness. Now let's remember to mention our co-host this time because they're so good about mentioning us.
They're so good about mentioning us, and we're like la 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 la.
Because we're just horrible people.
Horrible people. Yes, just horrible, rotten people. The Autism Awareness Cal is still going on. It's been running since March 15th. No, I'm sorry, February 15th? No, it was March 15th.
It was March, I think.
March 15th. Officially, unofficially, anything after March 1st. Mm-hmm. So March 1st through April 30th. If 3 days has September, April, June, 30th. So until midnight on April 30th when it will be closed because she will be up to close the thread.
Well, I'll close it when it turns May.
Yeah, and midnight.
Okay, well, it won't be midnight on April 30th. It'll be midnight on May
1st. Well, midnight. The witching hour. Anyway.
If I'm at work, though, it might be closed after that.
Right, and then you'd get an extra few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, until I close it or she closes it. We have, as I said, we are co-hosting this with the wonderful Three Stitches podcast group, which is Michelle, who is Knit a Little, Catherine, who is TARDIS with a bunch of numbers on her.
Crap, I had it memorized.
I don't remember what the numbers are. And also, hold on just a second. Come on in, Davina. She's coming in from outside. Go on, walk out.
We're still podcasting.
I'm sorry.
I think it's TARDIS 492 or something like that.
Something like that, with a bunch of numbers. And then Lindsay, who is Knitting Doink. Wonderful, wonderful people, great co-hosts, just lovely people, and they go over there and put your stuff in theirs as well as in ours if you're members of both groups, because you can do that. You can put it in 2 podcast groups. So
is it Charles Child 42? Because it's 42.
I think it's 42.
Because it's 42 points for the 42 is the answer to everything.
Yeah.
For Hitchhiker's Guide.
Hitchhiker's Guide.
I think that's what it is.
I think it's TARDIS 42.
TARDIS Traveler 42.
But anyway,
because that's not a geeky name, no.
No, not at all. She's not a geek at all.
No.
Anyway,
reference to Doctor Who
and Hitchhiker, yes. So we get double points. Yay. So the Three Stitches podcast group is co-hosting the Autism Awareness Cal with us. It has been going on officially since the 15th of March. Unofficially since the 1st. We are still accepting projects. Anything that you would like.
Oh, did you ever talk to Denise, Mom?
No, I haven't talked to Denise yet.
Denise, so if you were watching this podcast.
Yes, well, she will be if we airgun her.
True.
I hope. We decided that, and this is only our group.
We don't know about
the Three Stitches group. We have decided upon closer examination of your yarn that if your members who are using your yarn for your, I think it was your pot anniversary or whatever it was you were using your colorway for, that your special colorway will be eligible in our group for the Autism Awareness Cal.
Send her a message.
I will send you a message. I will send you a message.
Send her a message.
And if she doesn't stop doing that, you're going to get one from Talia too. Anyway,
I'm really hungry.
So Denise, go ahead and tell your people in your podcast group if they're part of our group or if they become part of our group and they want to double dip. You know, they may have already used it for your group. They can use it for our group as well. We just think that your colors are bright and happy enough. So
they make me happy.
They make me smile. So go ahead and do that. We'd love to see your projects. We already have 20 projects. We have 9 prizes. We want to make sure to have lots of people, give lots of people chances because the prizes are fantastic. We have prizes from Anastasia Knits. We have prizes from Knitting's My Bag, and we have prizes from Silverbird. So
and from Patchwork Moose.
Oh, I forgot Patchwork Moose.
Patchwork
Moose. I always want to say Patchwork Panda.
Patchwork Moose and Anastasia. Did you see Anastasia?
I said Anastasia.
Okay.
I forgot Patchwork Moose because it was recent, and she talked to you, not to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that patterns from 2 wonderful designers, bags from 2 other wonderful designers. Please, by all means, join us, helping to spread autism awareness. I do want to thank, before I forget, I do want to thank the members of the Three Stitches podcast and Hot Ass Knitter, who is Nicole from the Positively Knitting podcast group, for mentioning us.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's really important that we get the word out, and every time we're mentioned on a podcast, it helps.
Yes, it does.
So we're really appreciative. Now, I forgot to say happy is not happy that we have not said anything.
Always happy.
Happy and Rainbow are here, and I guess I should bring Ollie out as well. Where is Ollie?
Ollie.
There, Ollie. There. They are excited to be part of the group. They say hello. They say hello, and they say thank you for being part of the group. So anyway, back to the autism awareness. They're happy. I wasn't sure what I was going to do today, and I kind of got a little bit sidetracked. I've got a ton of things to do with just a bunch of things going on today, so I didn't quite get the chance. So excuse me while I find what I'm going to do to talk to you about autism. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about.
Did we talk about this last time?
No, we talked about the statistics.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to give you some idea really quickly about what some of the characteristic behaviors are of autism disorders. And they may, or you have to keep in mind that they may not be apparent in infancy, 18 to 24 months. They could be. With Davina, they were. We just didn't know what it was. Okay? She had night terrors and all kinds of things like that. We just thought she was having night terrors like every baby did. Not every baby, but babies can have. And it usually becomes, the symptoms usually become more apparent in early childhood, 24 months to 6 years. Davina was diagnosed as non-categorical at age 3. Okay? She was diagnosed at Asperger's at age 6. or 7.
And this was before Asperger's was really
popular. Common. So that's what took so long. She got diagnosed by this doctor, American service doctor in England, at about age 7. Okay. A lot of times they'll find out that there might be something to be concerned with during a well baby. You know, they'll do a developmental screening and they'll ask kind of questions about your baby's progress. You know, what have they done? Have they reached the milestones and things like that? The developmental NICHD lists 5 behaviors that could signal that more evaluation is necessary or warranted. If the baby does not babble or coo by 12 months, does not gesture, point, wave, or grasp by 12 months, does not say single words by 16 months.
Now, you got to remember, like, if you have an older sibling that talks to the kid, that's a little different.
Right.
Davina did all my talking for me.
Yes, she didn't talk till she was 2. She said, Mom and Dad, and that's about it. And then at 2, she said, Mommy, open the door. Okay.
Because it was something that needed to be communicated, and Davina wasn't communicating it appropriately for me.
Apparently. Does not say 2-word phrases on his or her own by 24 months, or has any loss of language or social skill at any age. Davina did not have any of these, except perhaps the last one. And I think it's because her Asperger's might have been impacted by the unexplained fever she had at 6 months, and the other unexplained fever she had at about age 3.5. They thought she had spinal meningitis the first time, but the fever went down before they could check, and then they thought she might have had viral meningitis the second time. So that might have impacted along with birth trauma. So it does not mean if your child has any of these, it does not mean if a child. This
is not a diagnosis. Like you can't. I'll call them back when I've been meaning to call them.
My parents are calling. They're trying to plan something with. You'll probably hear it all the way.
My grandmother has a Colombian accent because she's from Colombia, and she hasn't ever been able to shake the accent. She speaks English very well, but
she speaks it perfectly, but she has a definite accent, and she's very loud on the phone, so you can hear her even when you're, But anyway,
but I'll call her back.
Yeah. What we're trying to say is that just because you have some of these or all of these in a child, it does not necessarily mean they are autistic spectrum.
You need to see a specialist.
You have to see a specialist, okay? A developmental pediatrician, a neurologist, they'll tell you exactly who you have to see.
I think usually it's a developmental pediatrician.
Well, they say here, it usually requires a multidisciplinary team, and that was my experience as well. They'll see a neurologist to make sure there's nothing physical going on, a psychologist, a developmental pediatrician, and a speech-language therapist, possibly a learning consultant, and other people who are knowledgeable about autism. Davina had speech, OT, and PT. I was not real happy with the psychologist that we ended up with at the school, but that's, I'm not a real big fan of psychology. I'm sorry. Anyway, even though I have a minor in psychology, so almost minor in psychology. But anyway, that's just a few things to look for in the younger child. And I'm not going to go on to anything else until next week because I don't want to, we're just about under an hour and I don't want to knock us up too late because we went so far over the last couple.
And I need to call my grandmother back because I'm a bum.
Yeah, you are.
I've been meaning to since Easter to call her.
Yeah, but you really are a bum.
Well, I knew that they were going out of town. They always go out of town. And
so we've said our thank yous. Oh, my writing. I did want to say that I did do a little bit of writing. I did a 500-word prompt / fiction piece to a prompt I posted earlier in the month, so that's good. And I guess that's about it because we do need to say goodbye because we have a couple things to do.
I didn't do any writing this week because I did a lot of writing last week for me. And obsessions, I'm still obsessed. I have been rereading my Flash and Green Lantern comics because the Flash 80s comics that I have, oh my, the 80s.
Yes, don't get started on that. You have to call your grandparents.
That's true. Okay. So.
Crack that whip. Yeah!
My deep hands.
Yeah!
Deep hands. That's like it too again.
Oh. John.
So,
on that note, we will say goodbye.
Alrighty, thank you very much for showing up. And please stop by the Ravelry group.
Yes, come and see us. Bring your friends. Put your projects in the show off thread or in the Autism Awareness thread.
We have a sweater thread started if you're working on sweaters right now, because I'm in a sweater mood. I figure everyone can share the sweaters they're thinking of, the sweaters they are making, the sweaters they have made in the past, just because I want to hear about sweaters.
And we like to hear from you, whatever you want to talk about. So
yeah, feel free to start threads.
Yep, anything knitting, crocheting, spinning, whatever you're doing.
If we don't have an answer to your question, sorry, Jesus fan, I know you asked questions at some point about a baby sweater. Could you actually?
What?
Her name, Jesus fan.
Yeah.
I'm
not very. I don't know anything about sweaters.
And I don't know anything about the crochet baby sweater she keeps asking about. Or you keep asking about. Sorry, I'm talking about you like you can't hear me.
How rude of you.
I know, seriously.
Rude.
Rude.
She's poking with pointy sticks.
Yes, I am. Very good. I'm sorry we weren't able to answer your question, Jesus fan. I hope you have found the answer that you were looking for.
Yes.
I'm very appreciative that you felt like you could come to us ask
scarves, etc.
I think scarves, etc. answered your question as best she could.
Okay, because I know she answered a question once, and I didn't know if it was another sweater. I thought it was a different sweater.
I can't remember.
Ask Nicole, scarves, etc. Again, see, maybe earburn her. If she hasn't already answered you, I bet she has the answer. She seems to do a lot of those little sweaters. So ask her.
Okie dokie. Well, we are just a little over an hour, so I gotta call my grandparents.
It was great spending some time with you, and we hope you come back next week.
Alrighty, and we will see you around.
God bless. Happy knitting and happy crocheting and spinning. Happy.
Bye.